following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer postseason basketball. WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball is brought to you by Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out merealty.com. Joe Ryan Country Financial, located at 509 Pulaski Street in downtown Lincoln. Call 217-735-4385. The Comfort Inn and Suites near Route 66, providing you with relaxing accommodations and essential travel amenities you need. The Lincoln DARE program, Dare to Resist Drugs and Violence. The Lincoln Hampton Inn. You'll love all the luxury and amenities the Hampton Inn has to offer, including a delicious full hot breakfast, indoor heated pool, and whirlpool along with competitive rates. James Siddons, a proud supporter and fan of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Blades Hair and Nail Salon, located at 241 Madigan Drive in Lincoln, offering salon services for hair, skincare, waxing, nails, lashes, and brows. Go online to bladeshairandnailsalon.com or call 217-732-7213. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road, west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. The Lincoln Memorial Hospital Community Health Collaborative, improving the health of the people and communities it serves through offerings such as the LMH Trailblazers Walking Program on Wednesdays and the 8th Annual LMH Market, opening May 20th. Moriarty Insurance Services, your local, family-owned independent insurance agency for over 50 years. Located at 617 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, contact Kyle or Lindsay about 4% guaranteed interest for 6 years. Phone 217-732-7341. Gator Logistic Materials. Don't waste your time and money dealing with brokers and distributors for your company's packaging and shipping supplies. Chomp through the red tape and buy directly from manufacturers right here in Illinois. Buy from Gator. Reach out at gatorlm.com for more information and a quote. Doug and Tina Lowry, big fans of Lady Railer basketball. Tartar Brothers Mechanical at 602 Broadway Street in downtown Lincoln and online at tartarbrothers.com. Holmes Farms, growing for the future. Learn more at facebook.com/holmesfarms or call 217-306-4785. The Johnson Family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball for 50 years. Lincoln Heating and Cooling, 1716 Tremont Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-5835. The Lincoln Banking Center, a division of the First National Bank in Tremont, your local bank that strives to build relationships and is trusted with your community's financial needs. Located at 710 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Visit TremontBank.com to learn more about products and services. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Bees Landscaping, for all your outdoor landscaping projects and needs. Located at 1302 State Route 10 East in Lincoln, across from Lincoln Christian University. Call 217-732-4300. Tracy Welch, Mayor, City of Lincoln. LCHS Lady Railer Alumni. Lincoln Lady Railer basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer postseason basketball.
They feed off of this energy, and so very thankful for the community that we have.
Once again, thanks to Grandpa Keith Johnson for baking us and the girls cookies.
Yummy.
We got cookies and candy from Diana Johnson Hightower. Lady Railer alum sitting on the floor directly across from us and directly across from the Lincoln bench. Lincoln students have started to come in, but we haven't seen the student section fill up yet. So we're glad you joined us tonight on WLCN FM 96.3. You can get us on the Mixler app. Go to WLCNonline.com. You'll figure several ways to listen and to watch the broadcast tonight. And, of course, on the YouTube channel with the expert camera work being done by Lloyd Kirby. And hopefully one of the officials doesn't stand in front of the camera while he's working it. So we're about 10 minutes away from starting this one. We're going to send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute break where you can hear from some of our fine sponsors. And thank you to all the sponsors that have joined us here on the broadcast here for Lincoln Lady Railer basketball in the postseason. You're listening to Lady Railer basketball on WLCN FM 96.3. Back here at the Rochester Athletic Complex, Jay Harden and Kerry Frobe courtside for tonight's first-round sectional matchup between the Lincoln Lady Railers and the Mount Zion Lady Braves. And, must be sitting in the chair, but those Mount Zion girls look awfully tall.
They are. Yeah, they've got good height. So, yep. I think one only a sophomore. I'm pretty sure one of their height girls is only a sophomore.
Jocelyn Turner is listed as 6'2" sophomore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I thought. One was a sophomore. So, and then you got their juniors, Denver Anderson, who I was told broke her nose last game, but it looks like she's fine. Doesn't have to wear the Batman mask or anything. So
Lincoln officially out of the Apollo Conference, but I think as we talked, there were a number of teams. I think at least 4 or 5 in the Apollo Conference that have won at least 20 games this year, and you've got 3 Apollo teams that I can think of that have made it to the sectional: Lincoln, Mount Zion, and Muhammad Seymour. If you can think of another one, tell me who it is.
Well, I was thinking all here too. I mean, they're all meeting up in the same place. No, because Mattoon didn't.
Mattoon, I believe, lost, and Effingham lost as well.
Yep.
So I think this is it, basically.
Yes, but all 3 are in the same.
Right.
Are in the same sectional. So. which is, again, and you've seen them over and over again. And so, I mean, the more times we play them, the more times they get used to that 1-2-2. And so that's where you kind of get a little nervous. And I wouldn't say nervous. That was a bad word. I should not say nervous.
We've talked about the offense averaging 68.5 points a game are the Lady Railers. The defense giving up just 29 points a game, an average winning margin of nearly 40 points, and it's been that way all year long. I would expect nothing less than the defense. This is where it gets to a point, Coach, I think that defense carries you a lot further than offense will.
I definitely agree. I think, me, that's always been my saying, is defense wins championships. You may offense wins games, but defense wins championships. And that's how this team has been built. And they feed off that. They energize off their defense. And they've perfected it. They all know their roles. They're excellent at their roles. We're not the biggest, but our post players know how to front, how to sandwich, how to get around, how to move when the ball's in the air. They don't wait for the pass to get there and then make that movement. So all little things that make a big difference when you're playing teams that outsize you.
Mount Zion has struggled the 2 games they've played against Lincoln to handle the basketball.
Yeah.
What different might we see tonight? Because they're going to face the same press. It's going to be the same players on the floor. And is it realistic to expect that Mount Zion's ball handling has improved that much over the 2 games that we played so far?
Steve Marvel's a good coach. I think he's probably worked with him on actually trying to pass through the press instead of dribbling through the press. That's going to be my guess. And so I think they're going to probably try to put Denver in the middle, try to get the ball to her. That way then they break it with her dribbling it. I can't say that's what's going to happen, but the more times I've watched them, they've tried to dribble through and they've realized they can't. I think he'll make an adjustment in that aspect of it. And hopefully, our wings now with Becca back, we're all in good positions and we're quick in that area. So when they do try to make that middle pass, we're able to get there before that pass is made. So
Lincoln does not have a lot of size, either height-wise or, frankly, strength-wise.
Strength-wise, yeah.
Mount Zion, looking at the girls out here, some of the Mount Zion girls are tall and fairly well put together, but nothing compared to the Muhammad girls. We know that in the sectional sometimes it gets more physical as you go along, and sometimes there are calls that are ordinarily made in the regular season that might not be made in a sectional tournament.
They let them play a little bit more.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I think the Lincoln girls, not only are they going to have to do a good job of taking care of the basketball, but they're also going to have to match the physicality. They're going to have to scrap really hard for rebounds and position. They can't afford to let themselves be pushed around.
Yeah, I agree completely. And I think we do a good job of that. I think we play smart in the fact that we are outsized a lot, and so we've got to know, like, if the shot, we've talked about this, where if the shot comes from the right side, making sure we're on the weak side for the rebound. We got to make sure we're in that rebounding triangle, making sure we take a first step back when the shot goes up instead of just jumping, trying to get a displacement call. So those are things that we've got to do down these stretches, this postseason stretch, are execute those little things, because those are going to make a big difference, especially when the game does get a little bit more physical.
Lincoln played Rochester earlier in the year. Was that on this floor?
Yeah. No, it was at home.
It was at home. That's right.
It was the first game for both.
But the year before
was here. Yes.
Was here. So the girls, some of the girls have at least played on this floor.
Yes. And when they were little, I brought them here too. We played in a tournament and stuff here. So they've played here and they've watched games here, and they played last year here. Now the freshmen have not. They may have played here, but not recently. So it's been a year since most of them have played here.
If you've never been to the Rochester Athletic Complex, Lloyd, I'm sure we'll get a pretty good view of it. But it is a large multi-purpose gym. The bleachers go forever up both sides. But it kind of reminds me a little bit of Chatham's gymnasium. And Josh has always complained about Chatham's gym, saying it's very tough to shoot in the Chatham gym. The background here, it doesn't look too awful bad from where I'm sitting. I think the background, because the walls are a darker color, is a little bit better to shoot in than having, say, a white or a very light color in the background.
I agree. I think the only thing that, the kids were talking about is the fans are so far off. So, and they they put the lights off like Chatham does, so it makes it, dark in the fan area or where the fans sit. So, all right, we got Mount Zion coming back on the floor. We got 2 minutes till the start of like the national anthem and the starting lineups.
By the way, I wanted to note that your folks and your husband are sitting about halfway up the bleachers over here, which is a good spot for them because on the floor they're more likely to get kicked out of here. And I don't want to have to announce that the superintendent of District 27
and his wife
and his wife and their parents were kicked out of this game.
It just seems our voice carries, or we always tend to wait till it gets quiet to make sure that what we said was heard.
Well, all three officials come over to the scorer's table. Lady Railers gathered around their coaching staff. The Mount Zion girls gathered around their coaching staff. And with 1:15 on the clock, we're getting ready for the national anthem and starting lineups. We'll go ahead and keep it right here.
Fans are still rolling in.
Right. Remind you of many of our fine sponsors. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game. Located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out merealty.com. James Siddons, a proud supporter and fan of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball. Tracy Welch, mayor of the city of Lincoln. Doug and Tina Lowry, big fans of Lady Railer basketball.
The biggest and the best, and write the best articles.
Crowd rises. We're just about ready for the national anthem. We'll go ahead and keep it right here for the national anthem and the starting lineups. We'll ask Coach Carrie Froby to give you the starting lineups as they are announced. Lincoln in their home whites, trimmed in green and red with the green sash across the shoulders. Mount Zion wearing black uniforms tonight with white numerals with a red sash across the shoulders. First for the visiting Mount Zion Lady Braves.
Number 1, Alexis Smith. Number 11, Kaliana Becker. And number 21, Maddie Kendall. And number 24,
Jocelyn Turner. Did I not have her on the list?
I don't have it. Yeah.
All right. So
That's okay.
We'll have to add Jocelyn Turner.
And then their last starter, number 34, Denver Anderson. And now for your Lincoln Lady Railers, starting at one guard, number 1, a junior, Taryn Stolzenberg. Another junior, number 4, Becca Heitzig. And another guard, a junior, number 5, Chloe Froby. And guard forward, number 14, Jenna Bowman. And our center, she's big, number 24. We call her TG, Tori Garrett.
No player in the history of Lincoln High School basketball, men's or women's, has scored 900 points in a season, and Chloe Frobe currently sits, by my count, 6 away from that magic mark. As we get set to start the sectional here tonight, Jenna Bowman averaging 11.13 points a game, Chloe averaging 27.9 a game, and Becca Heitzig right at 10 a game. Jocelyn Turner, the 6'2 sophomore, to jump it up against Chloe Frobe at center circle. Lady Railers moving from left to right as you look at your radio dial, or north to south. Tip is up, and Chloe taps it in the backcourt to Becca Heitzig. Heitzig into the front court, Frobe. Frobe drives in the lane, kicks it off to Stolzenberg. Stolzenberg drives in. Mount Zion, what looks to be a zone.
Oh.
Stolzenberg against Turner, blocked by Turner, and Frobe comes out of there with it. Frobe, nice spin move, up and got it.
Oh, no.
It didn't go in. Battles with Anderson for the rebound. Jump ball called, and it'll be Mount Zion basketball. Heck of a rebound and move by Chloe Frobe on the spin move, up against the 6'2 Jocelyn Turner, but couldn't get it to drop. We're still nothing. 7:38 to go here in the first quarter. Mount Zion in the backcourt.
Doing
Smith,
exactly what I thought they would probably do.
Turner.
They didn't take one dribble. Oh.
Back to Smith. Alexis Smith.
Right. We got to close that trap a little bit more. Frobe
Ball
with
stolen away with Frobe. Frobe up and got it. Mount Zion again, still in the backcourt. Anderson. Cross court, Kendall. Kendall, Anderson. Cross court, Turner. Back to Kendall. Finally across the timeline to Denver Anderson. Lincoln in the traditional 1-2-2. Mount Zion going to try and spread it out, working way beyond the volleyball line with their offense. Looking inside to Becker. Turner at the high post. Kendall goes in the corner, Becker. They go inside Anderson. Tries to go inside to Turner. Ball nearly stolen away. Anderson back out front. Mount Zion being very patient so far.
Yep.
They go Turner, free throw line. Pass Kendall. Up and no good with the three-pointer. Rebound Tori Garretts quickly to Heitzig. And Railers on the run. Heitzig in the corner, Stolzenberg. Off the screen from Garretts. Bowman in the corner. 3 on the way. Up and good.
That's a collision concept.
Free for Jenna Bowman. And, Coach, I was going to say this. Jenna Bowman struggled kind of the last 2 of the 3 games with getting some offense going. Nice to see her get in the books right now.
Yep.
Kendall. Ball batted away, and Bowman comes out of there with it. Bowman ahead to Heitzig. Heitzig, stop and pop from 15. In and out and good. That's Becca's game, the stop and pop from 10 to 15. And immediately a timeout from Steve Marvel.
Baylor Nation.
A 30-second timeout, and the Lincoln crowd comes to their feet.
Timmy is on his feet.
Look at the student section we've got here tonight. Students made a nice trip down here to Rochester from Lincoln. A good student section on the south end of the rack.
An amazing community support tonight. We've got almost the entire section over here filled with the sea of red and green as Muhammad starts to filter in, and Mount Zion has a section over here filled, but Raylor Nation sure came out.
One of our sponsors is Joe Ryan Country Financial, located at 509 Pulaski Street in downtown Lincoln. Call 217-735-4385. The Lincoln DARE program, Dare to Resist Drugs and Violence. Back to the action. Mount Zion inbounds the basketball. Alexis Smith was listed as number 1 on my chart, but they've changed her number to 3. I hope it's right in the scorebook. Otherwise, that's a problem for them. As they get the ball across half court, here comes Anderson in a hurry. Anderson going to pull it back out. Denver Anderson to Alexis Smith.
Oh, Chloe
ball on the floor.
Had it.
Ball on the floor, and a traveling's going to be called on Mount Zion.
I'd like to see us doing a little bit more of that. We know the guards can't handle that pressure. We need to get up there, hedge it a little bit more. Don't make it so easy to make those passes.
Lincoln inbound side court, back court. Heitzig to Frobe. And now a double screen out front. Frobe going to drive around Turner. Frobe, the nice fake, kick out in the corner. And that was Becca Heitzig with another 15-footer. Count it. It's 9-0 Lincoln. 5:28 to go here. Anderson quickly up the floor. Anderson, back to Anderson. Anderson from Kendall.
There we go.
Goes in the corner, Smith. Anderson, the lob pass. Turner up and good. Nice position by Jocelyn Turner and a good lob pass inside. 9-2 the Lincoln lead.
We need to make sure we got another girl on the backside of that.
Frobe kicks Stolzenberg. 3 on the way. Good! A collision concept free, and Terrence Stolzenberg knocks it home.
She's like, I'm going to get in on this action now.
Anderson still in the backcourt.
We got to
Goes
get
ahead
that.
to Turner. Bowman
Good
goes for
job
it, knocks
by
it,
Jenna.
and say no, she didn't. It was on the baseline, and it'll be Mount Zion basketball as Mount Zion subs. Number 12, Ella Fink, I believe, coming into the basketball game for Mount Zion.
That
is correct.
Yep,
Ella Fink, a freshman, coming in the game for Mount Zion.
We got to make sure we're making a step back when they do try to make that pass into that bigger post.
Inbounded to Kendall.
Get that, Taryn.
They go Turner. Turner nearly traveled with the basketball out front.
Keep
Turner
pressure
to
in the
Becker.
guards. There
And knocked away by Frobe. Stolzenberg on the run. Lady Raiders on the road. Good bounce pass and stolen away.
I think she threw it to the other team on accident.
Oh, Mount Zion's in trouble. Mount Zion's in trouble in the backcourt. And guess what? Steve Marvel's got to burn yet another 30-second timeout. We saw this with Pancho Morris, Champaign. Yep. He burned timeouts in a hurry, and by the third quarter had one left.
Yeah, he burned them all in the first quarter almost.
First and second quarter, yes.
So,
we'll remind you, the Hampton Inn in Lincoln is one of our sponsors. You'll love all the luxury and amenities the Hampton Inn has to offer, including a delicious full hot breakfast, indoor heated pool and whirlpool, along with competitive rates. The Comfort Inn and Suites near Route 66, providing you with relaxing accommodations and essential travel amenities you need. Hey, folks, your relatives can't stay with you if they come to Lincoln, so send them to the Comfort Inn or the Hampton Inn. Trust me on this one. Moriarty Insurance Services, your local family-owned and independent insurance agency for over 50 years, located at 617 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Contact Kyle or Lindsay about 4% guaranteed interest for 6 years. Phone 217-732-7341. Mount Zion in the backcourt. Anderson quickly ahead to Kendall. They go ball batted away. Number 22 in the basketball game is Presley Craig, yet another freshman, another tall freshman.
Yeah.
And now they're going to run with about 2 6'2" players in the post. Anderson, Kendall, and Mount Zion looks like they're going to want to slow the game down.
Yep.
Anderson out front.
This is what we kind of thought we'd see would happen, and we just knew we needed to be aware of it and what we needed to do, and we really need to get out and make that pressure.
Fink, Anderson, Kendall, back to Anderson, and Mount Zion seems pretty content.
Yeah.
Down 12-2 to throw the ball out front. Something tells me they're looking to go inside for that lob pass again, see if they can catch the Lincoln back snapping.
Right. Just taking their time. They've already ran about a minute off the clock, just
Kendall,
passing it back and forth to each other.
Back to Kendall. Ball nearly thrown away as Lincoln steps up the pressure a little bit. They go inside to Turner. Turner layup, no good. Rebound, ball on the floor. Garrett's rips it out of there.
There we go.
And a foul going to be called on Mount Zion.
It was good positioning by Tori Garrett. She got in front. And that foul's going to be on number 12.
Ella Fink with the foul. Her first, the team's first.
That's the first foul of the game.
And now Mount Zion going to ramp up the pressure. They're going to go with one player guarding Chloe of the full 84 feet. Heitzig against Turner. Heitzig spins, 15-footer up and got it. And got the harm. Holy cow. Becca Heitzig with a nice 15-footer.
It's like, we dare you go box and one.
And the foul's on number 22, Presley Craig, their big freshman. And Becca Heitzig, it's 14-2 Lincoln, 3:01 to go in the quarter. Heitzig, freebie up, no good. Garrett's gets knocked to the floor, no call. And here comes Kendall quickly the other way. She'll pull it back out, and now Lincoln's got to chase out front as once again Mount Zion looking to slow things down. They're going to pull it out. Mount Zion spreading the floor. Turner working the low post in behind Jenna Bowman. They go to number 12, Fink. She throws up a three-pointer, no good. Wild shot. Heitzig quickly to Frobe. Frobe going to take it in now. She's stopped by Fink. Frobe looking for the double screen, gets a screen from Garrett's out front. There comes Turner out to cover her, and they are watching Chloe very closely. Stolzenberg.
Back door there. We needed it.
Stolzenberg, Frobe. Frobe looking for that spin move. Step back shot up and good.
Got it.
And it's a deuce. That makes it 16-2 Lincoln. 2:09 to go here in the first quarter.
We got to put some pressure on here to not let them.
Quickly
there we go. That's what we need.
The ball batted away. Craig chased it down,
Chloe.
and we've got a foul here. And it looks like it's going to be on Chloe Frobe. It is on Chloe Frobe, her first. Lady Railers first into the game. Piper Whiteman, number 15 for Taryn Stolzenberg. Karen Stolzenberg sits down with 2:01 to go here in the first quarter. And the sophomore Piper Whiteman comes in. And Piper going to do a little pushing underneath.
Yeah, Piper will body up a little bit there.
Push her out of the lane as Mount Zion again pulls it way out front.
Lincoln our student section ended up showing up tonight. We got a really good sea of green down there.
They go into Craig.
Oh,
and Craig down low. Turner's going to get the shot. No shot. And foul's going to be on the floor. Let's see who they call this one
I
on.
think it's going to be on Tori.
The official's trying to figure out who it's on. It's on Tori Garrett's. That is her first.
We got to make sure we're making a first step backwards when they're making those passes in, so that we can get the over the back, or not really over the back, the displacement. Oh, we can't leave her open.
Kendall Anderson, long three, up, no good. Rebound, Mount Zion grabs it, up and good by number 22, Presley Craig. She just reached out with one hand, grabbed it, put it back up and in.
Way too easy.
Heitzig quickly ahead to Bowman. Back out front to Becca Heitzig. Heitzig going to go in the lane against Anderson. Layup, didn't get it. Ball batted away. Here comes Anderson in a hurry the other way.
We need a trap right there.
Anderson, baseline, goes up against Garrett's. No good, gets her own board, up and good, and another foul.
That's going to be on Tori again.
Foul is on number 24, Tori Garrett's. That is her second, the team's third.
I'd be yelling from the stands, we've got to box out. We are just not boxing out. So
Anderson, their fine player. First one up and good. 16-5, the Lincoln lead as Garrett's takes a seat. Stolzenberg back in the basketball game for Lincoln. Anderson, second one up and good. 16-6. Again, the Mount Zion pressure, they have one person guarding Chloe Froby, all 84 feet. It's not really a box and one. Froby, the basketball, 15-footer, got nailed. And I think Ella Fink's going to get nailed with yet another foul. Let's see. Yep, Ella Fink with the foul. Shots for the 5'9" junior. In and out, no good. Alexis Smith back in the basketball game for Mount Zion. Second one for Froby, up and missed them both. Rebound goes to Turner. Smith in the backcourt, Kendall Anderson. They're wanting the ball in Denver Anderson's hand a lot. They go to
let
Kendall,
that happen.
Craig, baseline, stolen away by Stolzenberg. Stolzenberg quickly the other way. Lady Railers on the run. Taryn was ahead of the pack, had Whiteman ahead of her. Froby goes baseline, good pass up and good. Basket by Jenna Bowman off the baseline. We were blocked off, and it's 18-6, the Lincoln lead. 33 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Got to get those.
Still in the backcourt. Long passes here by Mount Zion, long cross-court passes.
And we're not really jumping to the ball. We're just kind of settling for letting them catch it and then just getting in front of them. But
Kendall out front. Mount Zion's got one player, Craig, posting at the free throw line, and then Turner will move into the lane as Whiteman tries to push and force her out of her comfort zone.
They want to go right back to her.
Kendall, long three, up and no good. Rebound, Whiteman. And that's going to do it for the first quarter as Froby throws up a shot after the gun. And at the end of one, Lincoln leads at 18-6. We're going to send it back to the studio. For 1 minute, you're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN FM 96.3.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments. Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Back at the rack here at Rochester, where Lincoln leads 18-6 at the end of one quarter. Both teams with 3 fouls. Tori Garrett's with 2 fouls for Lincoln in a bit of foul trouble. And Ella Fink, freshman substitute for Mount Zion, also with 2 fouls. Coach had to get Tori out of there and has gotten good minutes out of Piper Whiteman and Taryn Stolzenberg in her absence.
Yeah. Doing a nice job. I'd like to, like we've been talking about, I'd like to see a little bit more ball pressure from the Lady Railers. It seems like we're just kind of hesitant, letting Mount Zion just throw it around out there and letting them make easy passes to their.
Lincoln on the alternating possession has the basketball. Froby step back shot up and good from about 15 over Jocelyn Turner. Froby gets the bucket. It's 20-6, 7:40 to go.
Seems kind of slippery out there. Are you seeing the girls kind of sliding a little bit too?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Craig the basketball. Nice pass to Anderson. Anderson going to try and drive baseline. Anderson back out front. Turner with the screen to Kendall. Back out front to Alexis Smith, who has changed her number, I believe, back to number 1. Smith the basketball.
We need to keep, yeah, they're going to get, we need to get here, right
Craig.
Here.
Out front, Anderson. Anderson, Kendall. Kendall goes inside to Anderson and down the lane. Nice move. Throws it up. No good. Gets her own board. Bowman went to the floor, and I think they're going to get Denver Anderson on a push.
We finally got good position.
In the old days, we called over the back, but I was told by officials there's no such thing.
Right. It's a displacement foul, and you have to. It makes sense because you had so many like tall guys that were getting fouls just because they were tall. You got to make the defensive get in front of you and actually.
Denver Anderson, nice pass from Froby to Heitzig.
Got it.
10-footer up and good. Becca Heitzig's about automatic on that stop and pop 10-footer, and she got it 22-6 to Lincoln lead.
See, we're just being hesitant right there, and we're letting those long passes go. We can't. And there, Jenna finally back into her better.
Couldn't get in there and steal a pass. Anderson, top of the key 3.
Outlet.
No good. Whiteman, the basketball. Here comes Piper.
There we go.
Piper back to Chloe. Chloe quickly up the floor against Smith. Goes down the lane. Nice up and under move. Didn't get the shot that she really wanted. Up and no good. Rebound. Kendall the rebound. Here comes Kendall the other way. Kendall to Smith. They go in the corner to Turner. Turner inside the arc. 12-footer up. No good.
Oh.
Rebound Froby. Froby quickly ahead of the pack to Stolzenberg. Taryn layup time.
And got it!
Count the bucket. Taryn Stolzenberg. Lincoln, textbook fast break, and the foul on number 21. That's Maddie Kendall.
This side over here now is starting to fill up with the Rochester Mahomet side, both wearing their orange and blue.
Taryn Stolzenberg up and didn't get it. Ball goes in the corner to Turner. She chases it down. Lincoln with the press, and they go to Craig. He'll break the press really easily. Turner got down the floor pretty good. Out front, Anderson. They go inside to Craig.
Oh, Piper.
She tries to go baseline to Turner. Turner got it up. No good. Rebound. Whiteman, I believe, grabbed it out of there. She did. And Piper Whiteman leading the break. Whiteman to Stolzenberg. Stolzenberg out front, Heitzig. Heitzig between the circles. Looks, sets the Lincoln offense. Nice spin move, looking for the back door. Froby up and got it. And I believe that was a collision concept three for Chloe Froby. 27-6 the Lincoln lead. And that should put Chloe Froby over the 900-point mark, the first athlete in Lincoln High basketball history. Ball batted away and couldn't get to the loose ball. They go into Turner for the easy turnaround up and good.
That's too easy down there. And Becca just didn't want to grab that with her other hand.
5:06 to go in the half. Froby, the handoff to Heitzig. Heitzig looking for somebody, needs help, gets it to Stolzenberg. Out front, Froby. Froby, and now Lincoln going to pull it out and start their offense once again. Froby, handoff Bowman. Bowman, out front Stolzenberg. Stolzenberg, crossover dribble. In the corner, Froby, three on the way. Got it! Another collision concept three. And 30-8, the Lincoln lead. Anderson quickly ahead to Smith. They go to Turner. Up and good. Boy, Mount Zion broke the press very easily there. It's 30-10, the Lincoln lead. 4.5 to go in the half.
That's too easy.
Heitzig, Froby, Bowman.
Double dribble.
Bowman carried the basketball.
Yeah.
She did, got it on her hip.
Yep.
Ella Fink to come in the basketball game for Alexis Smith.
those are sometimes where we need to work on taking a couple dribbles and then kicking it back from where we just came, because everybody is anticipating that weave. And so as we start to go, we need to kind of make it. But
Craig out front. They go to number 32 in the basketball game. That's Ava Anderson. Any relation to Denver?
no, I don't think so. But
Ball stolen away by Lincoln. Frobe going for the layup. Frobe up and got it. A little bit of contact, no call. Make it 32-10. Just under 4 to go in the half. Ava Anderson,
Get that,
freshman.
Chloe.
Chloe steals the basketball on the cross-court pass. Frobe, Heitzig. Becca going to go down the lane. Becca, the shovel pass. Whiteman.
Yeah,
what a great
there we
look.
go.
Up and good.
Great pass by Becca Heitzig.
34-10, the Lincoln lead.
Oh,
and the Railer Express
Chloe.
is on the run. Stolen again. Nice tip away. Heitzig goes inside.
Yeah.
Up and no good. Blocked and a foul.
I'm going to say that's by number 12 again. I think it's going to be her third. Yep.
That's correct. It is on Ella Fink. That is her third foul. And the team 6th on Mount Zion. So the next foul, Lincoln is at the bonus. And Chloe Frobe going to go to free throw line with 2. Mia Clark getting ready to come in for Lincoln.
There we go. First free throw for the Lady Railers.
Maddie Kendall comes back in the basketball game for Mount Zion as Taryn Stolzenberg takes his seat for Lincoln. Calliana Becker, the senior, comes in for Ella Fink. Got to take a seat with 3 fouls as Steve Marvel takes her out of the basketball game. Frobe's second one coming. Up and got them both. Chloe Frobe with both free throws. It's 36-10. The Lincoln Lady Railer lead over Mount Zion. Denver Anderson quickly ahead to Becker. They go inside Anderson, and Mia Clark going to get nailed for the foul. You know, sometimes when you're inexperienced, you're not sure what to do, if to front a player or get behind them. And I think Mia was trying to get in front of her and take the pass away. Mount Zion having trouble inbounding the basketball. Becca bats it away. Frobe quickly ahead to Bowman. Layup time. Bowman up and good. Jenna Bowman beat the pack down the floor, 38-10. Kendall to Anderson. Anderson in the corner. Becker. They're looking inside. There they go inside to Turner. Turner in trouble on the baseline. Gets it out to Kendall. 3 on the way. Didn't get it.
Good
Rebound. Whiteman screened everybody out. And Chloe Frobe on the run. Quickly ahead to Heitzig. Stop and pop. 15-footer. Good. 2:46 to go in the half. And Lincoln up 30, 40 to 10.
We got to get that.
Ahead to Craig, the freshman, to Anderson. To Becker. They're looking inside to the big girls again. Now Craig's going to post up, try and push Clark out of there. She goes back to the high post. Turner will go back to the low post.
Mia's got to get in there and be a little physical. She's starting to push her back. Piper will push her. Piper's helping push back.
Anderson is Mount Zion again, trying to slow things down a little bit. Anderson going to take a 3 off the baseline. No good. Rebound ball on the floor. And Mount Zion was able to save it. They go inside Turner. Turner over Clark. Up. No good. Anderson the board. Up and good.
Oh, no
and
foul
Whiteman's
there.
going to get nailed for the foul.
That. Did they give that on?
Piper Whiteman with the foul. Her first, the team's 5th. And Denver Anderson, the fine junior for Mount Zion, going to go to free throw line. Denver up and got it. Nothing but the bottom of the net. So with 2:09 to go here in the half, Lincoln up 40-13. Chloe Frobe will bring it across the timeline. Frobe looking to
they're going to get her.
Maddie Kendall, number 21, committed the foul on the push.
Chloe doesn't get those that often. They let him hang on her usually, so I think she was a little surprised that actually was called.
Steve Marvel and one of the officials having a little bit of a chat over here on the sideline. Frobe up and good. I think Steve Marvel's arguing there wasn't much contact there, and honestly, it probably wasn't much contact there compared to some other things we've seen in the past.
Yeah, what she normally has to deal with, but it is a foul.
Frobe missed the second. So 41-13, the Lincoln lead, just under the 2-minute mark. 2-minute warning's gone off. Anderson across court to Kendall. Kendall goes inside to number 13 in the basketball game. It's Kennedy Hiley, a senior. Back out front, Anderson. Anderson down the lane. Nice move up. Didn't get the layup. Rebound battle for Clark, and Anderson on the floor. Jump ball called, and a possession arrow, I believe, goes to Mount Zion. A huge crowd from Lincoln taking up almost one side. That would be the east side of the rack.
We got to talk. I don't hear us talking here on defense. Good job, Chloe.
And nice tip away by Chloe to Becca. Here comes Becca. Becca stops Chloe. Layup. Got it. Nice pass from Becca to Chloe. If two players know where each other is on the floor at all times, it's those two. Mount Zion still in the backcourt. Finally, the cross-court pass.
We got to get here out here there.
Kendall to Anderson. Minute 22 to go. 43-13 the Lincoln lead.
Doing a much better job jumping to the ball instead of waiting.
They're looking to go inside to Turner. She and Clark pushing a little bit. Now Mia Clark understanding she can push a little bit and push that girl out of the way. Anderson goes inside to Turner. Turner goes back to Anderson, threw it through her hands and out of bounds. So with just under a minute, clock's in the red. Of course, all these clocks are always in the red. In the old days, that clock would be in the red. If we were at the Armory, the clock would be in the red.
Didn't they used to have like the time clock, like the right?
Yes, they did. And you couldn't see it. It was on the side, so the players couldn't see it. 57 seconds to go. Lincoln with a basketball and a 30-point lead. Roby goes down the lane. The CO parts. She passes it out. Passes to Heitzig. Back to Whiteman. Whiteman fakes the shot. Whiteman kick out looking for somebody. Looks to Froby. And it looks like maybe Lincoln might run a little clock here and go for the last shot, or at least a great shot. Froby to Heitzig. Heitzig. Back to Bowman. Bowman. Lincoln runs a little bit of a weave. And Bowman got called for carrying the basketball again, and I'm not sure from our angle if she got it on her hip again or she actually did carry it with the left hand.
It's that when she comes on that left side, she's not as confident with that left hand there coming off that weave.
Something for her to work on, because teams will pick up on that very, very quickly.
Yep.
Anderson, the cross-court pass goes to Naomi Schmall in the basketball game for Mount Zion. Anderson, Schmall in the corner, back out front, Anderson. Craig in the basketball game. Anderson goes in the corner. Kendall, ball batted away. Clark comes out of there with it. Lincoln's going to throw up a desperation shot. Froby, 50-footer. No, off the top of the board. At the end of the half, it's Lincoln 43, Mount Zion 13. We're going to send it back to the station for a 2-minute timeout. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN FM 96.3. back here at the Rochester Athletic Complex, where Lincoln leads 43-13. We got 8 minutes to go in halftime. We've got a great guest here at halftime, folks. Diana Johnson Hightower, who came all the way from Texas. You left your husband at home there in Texas to tend to the house and the pets and everything else.
And he's babysitting the Chihuahuas. He's watching, though, tonight. He texted me a picture of the Chihuahuas on his lap. He's watching right now, live.
You were a freshman in 72-73, and
I was.
That was the first year for Lady Railer basketball. We saw some interesting history on Facebook today that a lot of the moms apparently got together to push for the first Lady Railer team to be formed back then. There was, of course, girls volleyball at the time.
Yes,
and girls track, I believe, was also. But girls basketball was just starting. There weren't a whole lot of teams. And some of the moms got together and pushed, and Joe Viley was the first coach.
Yes. Coach Viley was the first coach, and she was also the volleyball coach, by the way. And some of us, about 2 to 3 years before that, we had started playing grade school ball. So West Lincoln had a team. Carroll Catholic always had a great team. Chester East had a great team. The junior high had a team. So we were all starting to get to know each other in grade school, and we had some really good grade school teams in Lincoln. And I think a lot of it was the basketball history, right? And then we all joined together in organized basketball in a high school. And their very first year went 10-0. One of the very first year Lincoln's girls team was undefeated. They did not start the state tournament till about 3 years later. I think I was a junior when we started the state tournament. And then my senior year, I was the only senior on the team. I was the only senior on the team, and I was the captain of the team. And then we lost a really close game. I can't remember if it was sectional or super sectional. And the next year was the year that, and at the time, Jan and Barb were freshmen.
Oh, okay.
So I was a senior when they were freshmen. And we really had a great team my junior year, and I was brokenhearted. The next year, though, they won second in the state. So it started, Lincoln girls basketball started building very early, a great tradition.
Very quickly,
yes.
In fact, going from a startup program to second in the state in what, about 5 years?
In like 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, and that was an incredible time for Lady Railer basketball. And then, of course, Coach Fultz was able to kind of continue that the next couple of years until he gave it up. And Jan Smock took over as coach, and she had some good teams there with Teresa May and Diane Meyer through the early 80s.
Yes.
So talk a little bit, if you would, about the efforts that you have gone through. You've kind of organized the Lady Railer alums, and you're out here in force tonight.
Right. Well, a lot of the Lady Railer alums have followed the team all year round, and I've been following in Texas where I can. On y'all's broadcast has been amazing. And then when I saw a call go out that you guys wanted to do every single game leading up to state, what I did was I read through it and I said, okay, listen, will 9 alumni join me? Let's get 10 of us and sponsor the whole thing. Well, before it was over, and I can't remember, we'll have to ask Lloyd, we're up to over 60 alumni sponsoring.
So 60 Lady Railer alumni are in part sponsoring the postseason broadcast.
Yes. And I cannot move from Dallas to sell advertising. I just want y'all to know. I love Dallas.
Oh, wait a minute. Your dad is here in Illinois.
My dad.
And your dad apparently is going to open his own bakery because Grandpa Keith, and here's his cookies, and we're not giving them up, folks.
Yeah.
No.
The way this started is that my sisters and I decided the three of us were going to sponsor the broadcast in honor of my dad, because we realized as this was starting, as the tournament run was starting, that my dad started coming to the games in 1973, my first year, and this is 2023. We went, and he has not missed hardly any games the whole time, whether he had children in school or not, right? And all of a sudden we went, oh my gosh, this is 50 years. My father has been coming to Lady Railers for 50 years. He's 86 now, and he's over there right now in the middle of the crowd with Uncle Lloyd, my Uncle Lloyd, his brother.
Yes.
And so we decided to do a family sponsorship in honor of my dad. And then I thought, the alumni, we should do something too. So then that's when I started organizing the alumni. And I think we have over 60 women. And a bunch of us are here in person. Tremendous Lincoln crowd tonight. Unbelievable Lincoln crowd tonight.
We want to thank you. We want to thank you very much, not only for Grandpa Keith's cookies, not the least of which, definitely not, but for coming on board and sponsoring and basically injecting some spirit and some life into the crowd, because you guys challenged the students the other night at Bloomington and made them look bad. I don't think they realized it.
Well, we were doing the old school cheers and they didn't know what they were. So they were turning to us going, what is that cheer? And we're like, come on. Now, this was big back in the day. Don't you know this cheer? So, yeah, we're having to teach them the cheers, but it's fun. And the enthusiasm from the student section is very heartwarming.
Hey, we want to thank you. First of all, we want to thank you for coming on and being our halftime guest.
Yes.
And we want to thank you for everything and thank Grandpa Keith for everything. We're going to let you go back over there and join the alums or use the facilities if you need to here at halftime.
That sounds great. I am, and just so everybody knows, in Lincoln, because I'm here for the whole thing. I flew in last week, and my return ticket is March 7th. So it will be after the tournament, after the celebration we're going to have. Yeah.
She sent me a text of her at the airport. She's like, I'm on my
here
way.
for the long term, guys. I'm here. Let's win this.
So if any of the burglars are listening down in Dallas, she's not at home. Her husband maybe. Watch for him to leave, and there you go.
My husband and Chihuahuas are guarding the house. You don't want to mess with my Chihuahuas, I'm telling you.
Thank you for joining us, Diana. We appreciate it.
Let's have a great second half.
I know.
All right.
Go Railers.
Diana Johnson Hightower, our guest here at halftime. Coach, can you go over the halftime scoring?
I sure will. And for your Mount Zion Braves, let's start with them. Leading the pack for the Mount Zion Braves is Jocelyn Turner with 6, Denver Anderson right behind her with 5, and Presley Craig with 2. That's their 13 points. And for your Lincoln Lady Railers, you have Piper Whiteman with 2, Taryn Stolzenberg with 5, Jenna Bowman with 7, Becca Heitzig with 10, and Chloe Froby with 19.
All right, that does it for the halftime scoring. We're going to send it back to the studio for a 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN FM 96.3. Back here at the rack. That sounds kind of medieval, doesn't it? Back here at the rack. And Mount Zion may feel like they're on the rack.
We're going to be having
right
like
now.
barbecue or something.
Mount Zion may feel like they're on the rack right now, down 43-13 here at halftime. Hey, talk for real quick, if you would, about the fundraiser Kim McEwen's doing, because she's not here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. The Lady Railer alum are putting together they wanted to do where, the current Lady Railers were going up against some of the past, the alum, but IHSA does not permit that to happen. So it's just going to be an alumni where they're going to do like speed dribbling, and we've got businesses. I'm like, we'll talk about it here in a little bit.
We'll have an ambulance and an oxygen tent out here for some of the older alums, because they'll want to get out there. Their minds will tell them they can do it. The body will say no.
Right.
Lincoln basketball to start the second half against the Mount Zion zone. Bowman left wing, out front Stolzenberg, Froby, kick out Bowman. Bowman thought about the 3, couldn't get it. Inside Heitzig against the big girl. Froby, baseline 3, up and good.
Got it.
Bang, a Collision Concepts 3 as Lincoln works against the Mount Zion zone. 46-13, the Lincoln lead. Anderson in the backcourt.
Cut it off there.
Anderson quickly ahead to Becker. Becker in trouble, stolen by Froby. Here comes Froby the other way. Here comes Anderson to defend. Up and good. Chloe lays it up, 48-13, and give Chloe Froby 24. Anderson backcourt, now in trouble. Trapped, in trouble. Tried to step through the trap. Throws it ahead quickly to Naomi Schmall. Bounce past Turner. I thought Schmall traveled with the basketball. No call. Turner lays it up and in, 48-15. 6:53 to go here in the third quarter.
We got to make sure we're getting back on that.
Heitzig, Froby.
They're
Mount
in
Zion,
a 3-2.
Almost a 3-2 zone. Almost looks like a pack line defense.
Yep. they've kind of mixed up a couple. We've seen a couple different things.
Pass out to Bowman. Jenna chases it down. Frobe, top of the key three. Good. Bang, another collision concept three. Make it 51-15. I don't know what the shooting percentage is right now, but Lincoln's Lady Raiders got to be shooting incredible
They're
percentage.
shooting pretty well. Now, free throw, not so much. But what is that? Oh, she's traveled again.
If you're shooting 60% from the floor and traveling is the call. If you're shooting 60% from the floor, it doesn't matter if you're making free throws, I guess.
You are correct.
Bowman. Out front, Stolzenberg.
We got to move the ball a little bit quicker here against that zone. In and out, moving it quicker.
Stolzenberg. Bowman, three on the way, right wing up, no good. Bowman got her own. No, she didn't. Anderson steals it away.
Oh, Becca, nice pop from behind.
Heitzig pokes it away from behind to Frobe. Frobe around Anderson, left-handed layup, up and good. 53-15, the Lincoln lead. 5:38 to go here in the third. Patty Kendall, the basketball. Out front, Denver Anderson. Naomi Schmall to Anderson, to Schmall. Back out front, Anderson. Goes inside Turner.
Oh,
Anderson,
Denver
top of the key three. Up, in and out, no good. Rebound, Schmall throws it up and in. And I think Bowman's going to get nailed on the foul.
Yeah, we're just not boxing out real well down there.
Naomi Schmall with the basket in the arm and up and no good.
Again, Jenna.
And up. Oh, wow. Mount Zion just went over Jenna Bowman to get the rebound. Basket by Caliana Becker. She gets the board, and Mount Zion with a quick four. 53-19, the Lincoln lead.
Now they've switched to man again.
Frobe against the double team. Stolzenberg, baseline Heitzig. Heitzig around several players. Heitzig now in trouble looking for somebody.
Nice move by
Garrett. Nice move up, no good. Rebound
just didn't
Turner.
finish. She did a great shot fake. Got the girl in the air, went right around, just couldn't finish at the basket.
Anderson going to pull it way out. Denver Anderson to Schmall to Anderson. Anderson. Now cross-court pass to Schmall. She goes inside Anderson. Anderson baseline about 15 feet from the bucket. Anderson going to drive in. Plowed into.
And they're going to get Tori Garrett's
plowed
again.
into Garrett's, and I think they're going to get Nail Garrett's for her third foul. They did.
Tori was pretty well straight up there, so I don't know if she moved her hip a little bit. I can't see from this angle.
I have to admit, I thought so too, but she may have moved or twisted. Sometimes if you even twist, the official will call it on the defensive player, even if they're set. Anderson nails it, 53-20. Nails them both, 53-21.
We need to make sure here. We've got to get a bucket here. We've kind of went softer.
Mount Zion in. Oh, and they fouled Becca Heitzig. Denver Anderson did out front. They've kind of switched defenses again, and it's a little bit confusing, I think, right now to the Lincoln girls. Tori Garrett's going to take a seat. Piper Whiteman in the basketball game. Inbounds to Becca Heitzig. Heitzig spins in the lane, kick out Frobe. Frobe down the lane, pass to Whiteman. Whiteman got banged, no call. Out to Bowman. She saved the basketball. Back to Heitzig.
Back door. Oh, sorry.
Heitzig looking for somebody. Nice fake on Turner. Got her up in the air and shot it up and in. 55-21.
If you're watching at home, you're seeing that the Mount Zion, they're starting to turn their head and not see the ball when they're playing defense, and that's when we want to run some backdoor plays on them.
Schmall out front, Kendall. Anderson around the horn they go to Becker. Becker tries to back it in. Anderson fake the three. Kick out Becker. Becker shot no good. Line drive.
Good box out by Piper.
Whiteman the basketball. Whiteman with the rebound. Here she comes all the way. Piper kick out Stolzenberg. Three on the way. Got it. Bang, another collision concept three. Taryn Stolzenberg is hot tonight. She nails the three. 58-21 the Lincoln lead. 3:18 to go. 3:17. 3:16 here in the third.
I want to say that's our 9th three-pointer. I have to get my glasses on, as you guys all know. So.
And she's doing the best she can with stats, folks. And if that's 9, that's 5 short of the record 14 that they had up north in that shootout.
Wheaton, yeah.
Right. Got out of the corner, up, no good.
Box out by
Rebound.
Taryn.
Good box out by Stolzenberg. Frobe picks it up ahead of the pack to Heitzig, up and good.
Got it.
And the Energizer Bunny gets 2 more. 60-21, the Lincoln lead. Becca Heitzig is an all-state cross-country runner, and you're not gonna tire her out or get her slow down.
And Chloe loves that. She knows she's gonna be out there, so she gets a rebound, and Becca is gone.
Naomi Schmall looks, nearly traveled the basketball. Ball tipped away. Anderson comes out of there with it. Schmall looking, gets it to Anderson. Throw inside to Turner. Turner catch, nice up and good. Up and no good. Rebound, Heitzig. Ahead to Stolzenberg. Good pass the line, but up and
nice
good.
Job. Good pass from Taryn Stolzenberg. Reading Piper coming down on that opposite box.
62-21 and almost a steal by Frobe out front. In the corner, Schmall out front, Anderson. They're looking inside for Turner again. Whiteman really doing a good job pushing her out of the lane.
She's not scared to body up
Anderson
with
going to take a 3 out of the corner, up, no good. Rebound, Frobe goes up and gets it. Chloe with a nice box out. Here comes Chloe the other way. Chloe going to go down the lane. Spin move, Heitzig. Heitzig down the lane. Great pass to Whiteman, good cut. Piper got the big girl up, no good.
She had a wide open shot that first time.
A little Kevin McHale spin there. Couldn't get the shot to go down with a half hook.
This is where we should be trapping right there. I know.
Out front to Maddie Kendall. Naomi Schmall. Out front Kendall. Minute 11 to go here in the third. Out front Anderson. Again, Lincoln up 41 points, 62-21. And it's almost certain we're going to have a running clock here in the fourth quarter as Mount Zion looking for something. Anderson, Schmall.
Oh, there.
Traveling call on Naomi Schmall out
She's
front.
done that a couple times, and that one, she was right out in front, so.
Presley Craig, freshman number 22, going to come in, as is Alexis Smith, number 1. Lincoln the basketball, 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Hand off to Heitzig. Heitzig spins, looking for somebody, gets it to Frobe. Throw back out Stolzenberg in the corner. Bowman sets for a 3. Around and out. That thing did everything but go down. Mount Zion with the rebound. Maddie Kendall the other way. Across the timeline, off the left wing. Ball batted away. Whiteman on the floor. Saves it inbounds under the basket. Back to Heitzig. Lincoln with time to get a shot. Heitzig. Hand off to Frobe, nearly thrown away. Back out front, Heitzig, corner Bowman. Another 3 on the way. Got it! Jenna Bowman, a Collision Concepts 3, and it's 65-21. Quarter about to end. Anderson going to drive. Stop and pop. 18-footer up. No good. Heitzig the rebound to Frobe. That's going to end the third quarter.
There you
Lincoln
go.
up 65-21. We'll send it back to the WLCN studios for a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back in just 1 minute with the fourth quarter. You're listening to Raider Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Mount Zion basketball to start the fourth quarter, and Taylor Rohr going to go to her bench with a 44-point lead. As while you were watching commercials, Jan Bowers and Barbara Derber headed over to the student section. They're trying to teach him the cheers, and I think they got him taught.
They're teaching him some old cheers from the...
So it was the Lady Railer alums in the student section leading the cheers at the end of 3. Stolen by Lincoln, and here they come the other way. Heitzig looking for the backdoor Frobe. Handoff to Chloe. Chloe goes into corner Stolzenberg. Taryn going to drive in against Anderson. Out front, Heitzig. Heitzig goes down the lane. Stop. Dish off to Whiteman. Whiteman step back. Hands off to Frobe. Difficult shot up. Didn't get it. Gets her own board up. And no good. Presley Craig, the freshman, with the rebound. 7:01 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, running clock with a huge lead for Lincoln, a 44-point lead as Anderson has the basketball out front. Don't forget, Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience, serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. We want to thank again, as Turner gets a bucket underneath, we want to thank again all of the wonderful sponsors that have come on board as the referee stops play to get substitutions in, and Taylor Rohrer clears her bench and takes the starters out. Gracie Schneider, Mesa McLeod, Mia Clark, McKinley Knapp in the basketball game, and Lily Holmes in the basketball game as well for the Lincoln Lady Railers. Keep in mind, folks, we substituted 4 juniors now for what? 4 freshmen and a sophomore.
Yep.
And the JV team...
Oh, go get it, Mia.
Was unblemished this year as well.
Well, they lost one.
I guess I take it back. They
lost
lose one.
Yep, they lost one to Muhammad that last game where we had Cece got a stress fracture.
That's correct. I forgot about
Lily,
that.
Oh, they're going to call it for a travel.
With the basketball under the basket as Steve Marvel has yet to go to his bench and throw in the towel.
He didn't do this when we went to our bench last time at Mount Zion. He played his starters all the way till about the 1 minute, 2 minute mark. So
out front, Anderson. Anderson going to drive in, up and under, got the bucket and the harm. Nice move by Denver Anderson as Ella Fink, freshman, going to come in the game. Number 11, Calliana Becker, going to come back in the basketball game, and it looks like some of the bench is stirring for Mount Zion as Turner goes out of the basketball game.
Well, 11 was a starter.
That is a pretty good freshman that you've got there at 6'2".
Yeah.
Mount Zion's girls basketball has got a bright future as well in the Apollo Conference. Well, talking with Tim Schweitzer earlier of the Springfield radio station, welcome back to the Central State 8, and the Central State 8 may not welcome our girls team back at the rate they're going. Shot was up and no good. Gracie Snyder going to go to free throw line with a chance to get in the scorebook as Presley Craig with the foul. That is her second. Not as many fouls here in the second half as there were in the first half. Play a little bit cleaner in the second half. Gracie, missed that one badly. Lily Holmes steps in and gives her a pat.
Gives her a little pat, like, come on, Gracie, you got this. Grace Schneider, who's the daughter of Brad Schneider and Schneider Masonry. That's a sponsor here.
And that's the form we would expect to see out of Brad, out of your daughter. So
yeah, there we go.
Mom must have taught her how to shoot free throws. Anderson out front. Anderson to Becker. Becker stolen away by Gracie.
And her dad's quickness.
Gracie quickly ahead of Lily Holmes. Up and no good. Rebound. Anderson comes out of there with it. Good experience for the Lincoln freshman. And Gracie, another steal. Here comes Gracie Snyder. Good bounce pass to Holmes. Holmes layup time. Up, no good. A little bit hard. And Holmes is going to get nailed for the foul on Presley Craig. Perhaps a little frustration there from Lily. Mount Zion inbound, length of the floor to go with 3:19 on the clock. Up next will be Rochester and Muhammad Seymour for the other sectional.
And that one, I think, go either way. They got two, I think, very balanced teams, equally talented. Good
ball batted away by Lincoln, going to go out of bounds and stay Mount Zion basketball. Rochester was 17-1 and won the Central State 8 over SHG. And Muhammad is always tough. That should be a relatively physical basketball game, I would think.
Yeah, well, we've seen both play, and both were very physical teams, so very well-coached teams.
Ava Anderson goes left wing Smith. Back to Ava Anderson, back to Smith. They go to Craig. Craig goes down low, ball batted away through McKinley Knapp's hands and out of bounds. It'll stay Mount Zion basketball with 2:20 to go here in the basketball game. Well, at least Coach Rohrer won't have to walk very far for the postgame show.
She won't have to make that climb.
Yeah.
Still probably have to pick up her blue Gatorade, but...
Long shot by Smith, up no good.
Good
Becker
job.
had the ball knocked away by Holmes. Snyder ahead to Holmes. Holmes one man to beat, up and no good, and the foul's going to go against Alexis Smith. She thought she had a block there, and I thought maybe she did. She might get a little body.
Yeah, I was going to say, we were talking about turning the hips a little bit.
Lily Holmes at the free throw line, minute 45 to go. Up, missed the first one, up no good.
Come on, Lily.
Lincoln about to get its second consecutive Sweet 16 berth. Used to be the Super Sectionals was the Sweet 16, and now it's the sectional final with 4-class basketball.
There we go.
Second one up and good, 67-26 the lead.
This has pretty much been the score the other 2 times, right? We're very...
Yes, it has. Very close.
Uh-huh.
Smith. And they go down low to Craig. Craig out front to Becker. Becker with a nice 15. Oh, that was a three-pointer. Becker with a three-pointer, make it 67-29. Minute 5 to go, and Steve Marvel takes a timeout. And he's going to go to his bench, and wholesale substitutions coming for Mount Zion. Remind you of our fine sponsors. James Siddons, Doug and Tina Lowry, big fans of Lady Raider basketball. The Johnson family, in honor of Grandpa Keith, a proud supporter of Lady Raider basketball for 50 years. Lincoln Heating and Cooling, 1716 Tremont Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-5385. The Lincoln Banking Center, a division of the First National Bank in Tremont. Your local bank that strives to build relationships and is trusted with your community's financial needs. Located at 710 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln, visit TremontBank.com to learn more about products and services. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Bees Landscaping for all your outdoor landscaping projects and needs.
Did you get that?
Located at 1302 State Route 10 in East in Lincoln, across from Lincoln Christian University. Call 217-732-4300. Tracy Welch, the mayor of the city of Lincoln, and the LCHS Lady Railer alumni, over 60 strong, sponsoring WLCN's broadcast of Lincoln Lady Railer postseason basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics. Gator Logistics Materials. Don't waste your time and money dealing with brokers. Reach out at DaterLM.com for more information and a quote. Tartar Brothers Mechanical, 602 Broadway Street in downtown Lincoln, and online at TartarBrothers.com. And Holmes Farms, growing for the future. Learn more. Call 217-306-4785. Shot up and no good by Lincoln. It is really all over but the shouting as the Rochester girls come out in their warm-up, Candy Strike warm-ups. Getting ready to hit on the floor. Down low, Craig going to get the layup, and Presley Craig, freshman, with a nice move inside. So the Apollo is going to have to contend, no longer has to contend with Lincoln. They're going to have to contend with Mount Zion and Muhammad in the future. Baseline drive, McLeod. Good pass inside Knapp. She goes up for the shot. Foul on number 13, Kennedy Hiley, 5'9" senior. And McKinley Knapp going to go to free throw line. She should get to shoot the free throws, but the clock is about to run out. Now they stop the clock.
And you got your alums leading the crowd and the Lady Railers.
Barbara Derber and Jan Bowers right down front. Up and good by McKinley Knapp.
Nice shot.
68-31, almost the scores of the previous 2 games of Lincoln Mount Zion. McKinley Knapp, second one up, got them both. Freshman nails both of them, 69-31. And the clock is going to run out, and the Lady Railers are going to win the opening round sectional game as the Lincoln crowd, several thousand strong, comes to its feet here at Rochester. Again, the final score is 69-31. Lady Railers win it. Let's send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we will have the post-game show. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Sports on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
Here at the Rochester Athletic Complex, where the Lincoln Lady Railers move into the Sweet 16 and a sectional final against the winner of the Rochester-Mahomet game coming up next in just about 25 minutes. We're on the post-game show where Lincoln wins at 69-31 over the Lady Braves of Mount Zion. Boy, I can't speak tonight. Chloe Frobe passes over the 900-point mark in a season, the first player in Lincoln history, whether it's ladies or men, to score 900 points in a season, as the Lady Railers move to a record 33-0 with their 33rd consecutive win here in 2022-2023. Coach is totaling up the scoring as we speak. Taylor Rohr fortunately doesn't have very far to go to do the post-game show. It's time she had to quit climbing.
Right. Definitely, as long as she still gets her blue Gatorade. So, do you mean to run through that and then?
Go ahead. Let's run through the scoring while we're.
Yeah, okay. So for Mount Zion Braves, we'll go with Naomi, and I'm going to say this wrong. I know Schmal. I think it's Naomi.
Yes,
she's a sophomore. She's at 2 points. Kalina Becker with 5, and Presley Craig with 4, and Denver Anderson with 10, and Jocelyn Turner finished the game with 10. And for your Lincoln Lady Railers, Lily Holmes with 1, Piper Whiteman with 4, McKinley Knapp 2, Grace Schneider 1, Taryn Stolzenberg 8, Jenna Bowman 10, Becca Heitzig 14, and your leading score for both teams, Chloe Frobe with 29.
Talk about a quick basketball game. This game had a 6 o'clock tip-off, and it ended before 7 o'clock, because it's right now 7:01 by my Apple Watch, and of course we know Apple devices are never wrong. So that game over. This game was very quick. Went very quick in the fourth quarter.
Not many fouls.
Not many fouls
Nope.
called, except in the first half. There were more fouls called in the first half.
Right.
Coach, I thought the girls again did the job that we've talked about of converting offense into defense tonight. They basically caused the turnovers, took the pressure to Mount Zion. I don't know what the final shooting percentage was, but it had to be incredible. It had to be well over 50%.
Right. And we saw, Mount Zion, he came out, he gave us different defenses. We saw a 3-2, we saw a pack line, we saw a man, we saw a guard Chloe all the way, the whole length of the court. So the girls did a good job adjusting to multiple defenses thrown at them throughout the game. What I also thought they did a really nice job of tonight was the ball movement. That first quarter we kind of lacked jumping to the ball and actually creating some pressure on their ball handlers and then I thought the second quarter we came out and did a much better job doing that, and which resulted in our defense converting into offense a bit more in that second quarter. So
our social media director, on-site cameraman, and producer Lloyd Kirby has advised me that ticketing info, including a link to purchase tickets for Thursday night's game, is already posted on WLCNonline.com. And I talked to some people before the game that purchased tickets online. They said it was very easy to do.
It is.
You keep it on your phone, and they take care of it when you come through the gate. They had no problems with it. I'm sure there will be plenty of tickets at the door, because even with 4 schools here tonight, this game doesn't appear to be close to a sellout. Rochester has a huge facility,
right?
But obviously, from what we saw tonight, the Lincoln crowd was outstanding.
No, you do not want to wait to get your tickets. Lincoln brought, and I'm not sure how they're going to do that, if they're going to give a certain amount to Lincoln and a certain amount to whichever team wins between Mahomet and Rochester. And so Lincoln, we pretty much had our side almost filled. So don't sit back and think you can wait maybe till Thursday. Do try to get your tickets early. Make sure that you can get here, because we love to see the stands filled here for that sectional championship game.
And to prove that we are the sports leader in Lincoln and Logan County, we will have a broadcast from tomorrow night from over at Champaign as the boys start their quest for the 56th regional championship in Lincoln boys history, and the 19th under the tenure of Coach Alexander, as the boys play over at Champaign tomorrow night against Danville. That is a 6 p.m. tip-off, and with a pregame probably about 5:30, and Kirby and Comnick on the call for the boys game from over in Champaign tomorrow night. If you can't make it over there, and we encourage everybody who can make it over there, head for Champaign. They're playing that game in the new gym, not in Combs Gymnasium, the older gym over on the campus of Champaign High School. That'll be played in the new facility over there. Head over there. That's a doubleheader tomorrow night. Get there early. Get your tickets early if you can. But head on over there, and if you can't listen to Kirby and Comnick on WLCN 96.3, watch us on the YouTube channel. Again, go to WLCNonline.com. You can find all the information you need to watch and listen to Lincoln Railer sports here in the postseason as Kirk Whiteman, proud papa, heads in front of us. Again, Rochester and Mahomet about to take the floor, and the IHSA mandates that you can't start your warm-ups until 20 minutes are on the clock. As Taylor Rohr and we see Chloe Frobe being interviewed, I believe, by WICS. Is that channel 20 over there?
I think it's 33.
Is that channel?
Or 3.
Channel 3 out of Champaign. So WCIA out of Champaign, it looks like channel 3 out of Champaign doing an interview. Has done an interview with Chloe Frobe and with Taylor Rohr, and now my friend Ryan Mahan of the SJR is doing an interview with Coach Rohr. Well, we may have to stop him from doing that.
Hey, wait, don't we get the first interview?
I thought so.
I thought we were ranking.
We had exclusivity. Mahan just cut in front of us. We'll get Mahan for that. I'll get him later. Trust me, I will.
We got some coaches in the building tonight that are, and I don't think they can talk, but they're just making their presence. So
why don't you run through the scoring once again?
All right.
We may have fans who are now in their cars and actually listening to us.
You mean people listen to us? They really do?
I can't believe it either.
All right, we'll go back with Mount Zion. You had Jocelyn Turner with 10, Denver Anderson with 10, Presley Craig, a freshman, with 4, Kalina Becker, a senior, with 5, and Naomi Schmall, a sophomore, with 2. And for your Lincoln Lady Railers, you had number 2, Lily Holmes, a freshman. She had 1. Piper Whiteman, a sophomore, with 4. McKinley Knapp with 2. Grace Schneider with 1. Taryn Stolzenberg with 8. Tori Garrett's, you know what? She was in a little bit of foul trouble. She did a lot more. She didn't get any scoring, but she did a lot on the boards and her defense. Jenna Bowman with 10. Becca Heitzig 14. And Chloe Frobe led all scorers with 29.
Let's go ahead and send it back to the studios for a 1-minute timeout. Coach Rohr may be done by that point in time. It looks like Chloe's getting ready to be interviewed by Ryan Mahan as well. You're listening to Lady Railer Sports on WLCN 96.3 FM. Back here at the rack where Lincoln came out a winner tonight, 69-31. Coach Taylor Rohr has finished some of her media obligations. She's now meeting with some coaches from what, DePaul?
No, this is SIUE.
SIUE.
And Columbia.
And Columbia.
Yep, out of New York. So this is Sam. I'm going to say her name wrong. It's like Quinsley, but she coached at Lewis and is now the SIUE head coach. And her assistant coach is actually Doug Bruno's son.
Chloe Frobe now being interviewed by Ryan Mahan of the SJR. Let's hope Ryan gets the quotes right. Sometimes his typing's not too good.
Yeah. Well, he keeps taking our people, so, I mean,
so Coach
what's up with that?
Coach Rohrer is just about to join us as soon as she gets done here. We will have a post-game interview with her, trust me.
Or we're going to be stuck talking to Cruz, and that might not be.
No, we're not talking to Cruz. So what's your thought on the next game here?
You know what? I've had a couple people ask me that, and you know, both teams are, I think, equally talented. They both got good guards. They both got a good inside game as well. Both coached very well. You know, of course, my niece, I'd like for her to do well. So on the Muhammad team. But as you said, it's sometimes hard to beat a team 3 times. So
wrapping things up here, as soon as we get somebody to interview, we will have our coach and the post-game show and her thoughts. Again, Lincoln wins at 69-31, led by Chloe Froby's 29.
And
how many threes did we end up with?
You know, I think it was 9. If I read my chicken scratch with my glasses on, which is, I think it was 9.
And I can only remember 1 or 2 3-pointers being missed. I know Jenna had a shot that did everything but go down, and I can only think of a couple of threes that were missed tonight.
Yep.
And the ladies did an excellent job of ball movement tonight as well. The ball movement was really good, finding the open person and getting the passes in an area where they could at least get a shot.
We took the great shots. We talk about that a lot. And I thought when they went to that 3-2 zone, I mean, we made 4 threes at that point. So we did a nice job of attacking the gaps and then kicking to the open shot. And so, which for Chloe doesn't happen a lot. She doesn't get a lot of set open threes, and so that was nice. And we saw Jenna Bowman able to get set there in the on the baseline, and we know that that's her shot. And so when they went to, then they went to that matchup, and then they went to the man. I thought we did a nice job going to the back doors. So
junior assistant Finley Farmer is over here with her dad, and it looks like she's tuckered out, probably from yelling at the officials.
Oh, I don't think she ever tuckers out. I gotta be honest.
I don't know. She looks like she's tired right now. She looks like she's about ready to go to sleep over there.
So I don't know if you know, but like Coach Farmer still now, he's going back and working with the 2nd and 3rd and 4th graders as well, like for WLB. And his daughter Fallon is in 2nd grade. And if you want to see some scrappers, you got to watch that 2nd grade Lady Wolverine team. They are scrappers. They go against. They'll play 5th graders, 6th graders. They don't care. And he's doing a nice job, keeping the foundation in place.
I know if Rochester wins, it's on their home floor, but I don't know, in the back of my mind, I almost think I'd rather play Rochester than play Muhammad, a 4th time this year?
Yeah, I said that, but the coaches, I think they're kind of split too, that since, seeing Muhammad, they know Muhammad, and I think it go either way.
Taylor Rohrer.
With her blue Gatorade.
With her blue Gatorade. I told you not to mess with her streak.
It is a dark blue today. It was light blue the other day.
Well, I don't care what color blue it is, just as long as it's blue.
Blue is blue, and I'm going to be, this stinky outfit's got to be, I got to keep wearing it.
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
Good, I'm glad. Well, a nice victory. Congratulations. Second trip for you to the Sweet 16, or actually it's the 3rd trip since you've been here. You made it to the Sweet 16, but the 2nd year in a row making it to the Final 16. Congratulations, a great win tonight.
Thank you.
16. Did you get a little nervous there in the first quarter when they started slowing the game down? Because I thought, oh, here we go. They're going to hold the ball.
I blamed you.
I know.
Well, hey, look.
I tried to cover it up, Jay.
Look, I've just seen so much of it go on that I almost expect it anymore. It's terrible to say, but I almost expect somebody to say, hey, I'm desperate. I don't have any other choice. I'm going to hold the ball here.
Well, they were holding the ball, but it was, I think, 16-2 when they started kind of holding the ball. And it's like, well, I guess they're going to hold the ball. Okay, hold the ball.
Yeah.
But I looked at Corey and I said, I blame Jay.
I blame Jay for a lot.
Blame me. I don't care. We won it. They won anyway.
But the girls handled it really well, I thought the girls played great defense tonight. It really created our offense. I thought they played great offense. Somebody said that we shot 10 of 11 in the second quarter. That's pretty incredible shooting.
Well, when they went to that 3-2, which was, it was just, and we did a nice job of actually penetrating, hitting the gaps, and getting it to the open shooter and getting great shots.
Right.
And we don't see open shots like that very often.
No, we don't. And the kids stepped up and when they were open and knocked them down. And that's something, that we work on in practice, is shooting a lot and being ready.
I don't know what the final shooting percentage was. I was thinking it had to be 60% somewhere in there, because it just seemed like they went for a while, they just didn't miss.
They shot well. I don't know what it is. I would have to wait for my stats to come back.
I mean, that was just an incredible shooting performance, and if you're one of the other teams here and you watch that performance, you got to be going, wow. Because I think a lot of the crowd went, wow.
We had a great crowd that was saying that.
We had an incredible crowd. I think Rochester and Muhammad, they both play such great man-to-man defense. Hopefully we'll get those open looks on Thursday, depending on who wins tonight. But, it'll be a tough one Thursday.
What was really impressive to watch was one of the girls would get a dribble penetration, and the defense would collapse. They'd recognize that, and one of the other girls would cut to the open spot. We get a bounce pass. They get a bounce pass and a layup. There are a lot of teams that don't even understand, a lot of players that don't understand that, to recognize what is the defense doing as you, the person with the ball. Okay, they're coming at me. There's two there. Somebody must be open, and they have one of your teammates cut to the open spot.
Right. I think that sometimes you have basketball teams that have players that play basketball, and sometimes you have basketball teams with basketball players. And I think that this team is full of basketball players, and so they understand the way the game moves. They've watched a lot of basketball. They've played a lot of basketball, and I think the more you play, the more you watch, the more you understand, and are able to get to that
court sense. And you don't see that a lot with teams anymore, because they're so structured. I feel like they just get a high basketball IQ.
Right, they do.
Beyond the basketball IQ, to have the girls that you have that have played together for so long. We were laughing earlier that Chloe and Becca know each other where they're at all times.
Oh yeah.
And if Chloe gets a rebound, Becca's gone ahead of the pack, and there goes your pass and pushing the ball up the floor.
Absolutely.
I thought your girls did a pretty good job of pushing the ball tonight and forcing Mount Zion to try and get back and stop the fast break.
Absolutely. We fast breaked a couple times in the first quarter. I think he called a timeout, and Coach and I both said, keep pushing the ball. They cannot handle you when you push the ball like that. I just think that we were a step quicker than them, and with Becca and Taryn running the floor like that, and Chloe being just such an incredible passer, able to get the ball up to him, it just worked well.
Tori got in a little foul trouble early on. You put Piper Whiteman in the game, and I thought she did a really good job of taking Jocelyn Turner and trying to push her out beyond her comfort zone, because Jocelyn Turner was pretty much planted herself down in the low post waiting for that lob pass above the defense.
And that's something that we talk about a lot, because we are so small. You have to put them in a position where they're not comfortable. So you have to move them from their comfort zone, because if they get the ball, you want them to be uncomfortable wherever they're catching it at. You don't want them to be right on the block where post players always are, to be able to just turn and put it up.
Coach Knight at Indiana always used to talk about matchups, and I think tonight was a good example of maybe you didn't match up as well on defense because of their size, but you caused them a lot of matchup problems when Lincoln was on offense, because obviously they could not handle the quickness. Your players were quicker than their bigger players, and they had to do double teams a lot of time just to stop somebody from driving. And even then, we saw the girls use the ball fake, get them up in the air, and be able to step aside, get a shot, or pass off to somebody else.
Yeah, we just moved the ball really well on offense. I thought we moved it really well on offense the other night. They're playing really good basketball right now, and when it's hard to guard a big, but it's also hard for a big to guard a guard. And so you just kind of have to pick your poison, I guess. Are you going to come out and play defense on us, or are you just going to try to get the points on offense? And I thought his team, they played us tough. I thought that this was the best they've played us thus far.
They mixed it up. They played 4 different defenses, which we knew they were going to throw a bunch at. And they tried everything, which I thought our girls handled that seamlessly. I mean, they went when they put in another defense, it didn't stop us. So I thought that was a good thing to see.
Right.
Is how they handled themselves against all of that being thrown at them.
Just so even keel, you know.
Coach and I talked earlier in the pregame about the fact that a couple of games toward the end of the year, there were times, not the whole game and not really an extended period, but even in the Champaign game, there was a time early on where the girls looked a little, she called it discombobulated, that's a good word for it, disorganized on offense. They looked a little confused, and it took them a couple of possessions to kind of get their feet under them. We didn't see any of that tonight, no matter the defenses that Mount Zion threw at them,
Right.
which I thought was a testament for them to recognize on the floor what was going on and how to deal with it.
Right. I think that every game so far they've gained a little bit of confidence in this postseason. I think that's an important thing. I mean, remember, we're talking about teenage girls here. These are big games. I know that this group has played in big games, but there's still nerves there. I mean, you play in a regional championship, you can be a little bit nervous. You play in a sectional game, you can be a little bit nervous. I mean, that's just human nature. And today, I felt like they really channeled it well, and they just left it all on the floor, and that's all anybody can ask, win or lose.
Nobody looked tired coming off the floor, I'll say that.
That's good.
I mean, not that they didn't put forth the effort, but it looks like everybody's healthy and ready to go.
Oh, yeah. They're very healthy, and they're ready to go.
I'm going to knock on wood.
Stop that.
They're ready.
So, any preference as to who you play this next game?
No.
We're split on it here.
Can we throw another team in the mix and play one of them? I don't. You know what? They're both really good teams. They'll each show us something different. You know, so that was a hard thing. Like, you can't prepare for one of these teams because Muhammad's got tons of shooters and they have a decent inside game. You know, last time their inside game was strong. But then you look at Rochester and they're really quick and they've got a big inside. So you're going to see different things from each team. So
Did they go to overtime last year? If I'm remembering right in sectionals, did this game go to overtime? I thought the Muhammad Rochester went overtime.
I know Rochester was up 10 and then ended up losing.
Yeah,
Yes,
so I thought it
correct.
went overtime or something. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it wasn't evenly matched.
I just was sitting like this in the stands.
That's correct. Rochester was up, and it was like, oh, well, Rochester looks like they're going to win this one, and then Muhammad came back on them. But Muhammad, the boys and girls seem to have that. They just hang around.
Right.
They just hang around. The next thing you know, you're in a ball game.
Right. I mean, they're both really well-coached teams, very respected programs. I don't have a preference.
I got news for you.
I think that we're going to see who we're meant to see, and then we just have to play.
We just play the game.
Yeah.
The Lincoln team is well coached too. So, all right, you told me before the game you were nervous. So when did you stop being nervous?
As soon as tip-off hits.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're channeled in.
Yeah.
Told you were going to be all right.
You know, I always say like something to Chloe when she goes to, like, let's go, Chloe, to get the tip, and then it's game time. So I think that, you know, for me, nerves are normal. It's just part of my nature, I guess. But I think that that's a good thing because I think that once I'm not nervous anymore and I don't care, why am I doing this? You know, I care so much about these girls, you know, and this team, and I just want them to be as successful as possible.
You can only blame me for another team holding the ball if I'm on the opposite bench coaching them. That's the only time you can blame me for it because nobody's listened to me otherwise. Well, it looks like your kids are ready to go home. We're going to let you go home. And what, are you going to have 3 practices when they get home?
Oh, no, we're going to sit here. We're going to watch this game, and they were told no phones.
Yeah.
So
Good.
I said, don't make me collect them. But so we're going to sit here, watch this game.
Eat some food. They get
Right. It looks like they got some snacks. So watch this game because, you know, you only have one practice in between now and Thursday. And this can be a practice. Like, you can absorb things while you watch.
It's like watching film.
Absolutely. You absorb what you're seeing on the floor, and that way you're prepared tomorrow for practice with probably what we're going to do.
Does it come down to a point, you know, we've heard for years, especially with the boys program, and I think now with the girls program, Lincoln's going to do what it's going to do. And doesn't it come down to this point this time, hey, here we are, we're going to do what we do, and we're going to do what we do best, beat us.
Right.
And I think the other teams probably are the same way. Look, we do what we do it well.
Right.
We're going to continue to do it, figure out a way to stop it.
Absolutely. You know, and I think that good teams are like that. You know, they are going to go out and play their game and try to get the opponent to start playing at their speed rather than the opposite way. And I think that both teams that we're going to, either one that we could face come Thursday, it's going to be tough. You know, they're both good teams.
All right, go get yourself a snack. Go sit with your team, and thanks for joining us on the post-game show. We appreciate it.
Thanks
Congratulations
for being here. Appreciate it.
Congratulations, Taylor Rohr and her team on a big victory tonight, number 33 in a row. We're going to let her go. Got anything you want to add as we wrap up the post-game show here?
We want to see some more people here in the crowd Thursday night, and if you can't make it, you can listen to Jay and I.
Right. Listen to us on LCN, and don't forget, tomorrow night the boys have a 6 o'clock game against Danville in the opening round of the semifinal round of the Champaign Regional. That'll be over at Champaign. If you can't make it, listen to us on LCN FM at 6 p.m. 5:30 pregame. Our game on Thursday night will be here from the rack again, and it will be a 7 p.m. start, not a 6 p.m. start.
And just stress again, get your tickets. I mean, Railer Nation really showed out tonight, and we want to fill this whole stands. We want to be right behind them again, and it's going to be a great game, and we want to get as many people here as we possibly can.
And a lot of the Lincoln fans have stayed around to watch at least part of this game, but a good crowd in here for the Rochester Muhammad game as well. So, on behalf of station manager Jim Ash, Lloyd Kirby, our on-site producer, cameraman, marketing guru, Carrie Froby, my broadcast partner, Jolie Lurcher, who just does a great job back at the studio. Lincoln wins it tonight here, 69-31. We want you to please give our sponsors a call. Thank them for sponsoring the postseason here. This is the way we're bringing it to you. Those Lady Railer alums, 60 strong, they in part are sponsoring the postseason. We love them. We love all you sponsors. We love all you guys. Again, from the rack, Lincoln wins it 69-31. This is Jay Harden. Good night, and thanks for listening.
Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer postseason basketball. WLCN's coverage of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball is brought to you by Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty. For more information, check out merealty.com. Joe Ryan Country Financial, located at 509 Pulaski Street in downtown Lincoln. Call 217-735-4385. The Comfort Inn and Suites near Route 66, providing you with relaxing accommodations and essential travel amenities you need. The Lincoln DARE program, Dare to Resist Drugs and Violence. The Lincoln Hampton Inn. You'll love all the luxury and amenities the Hampton Inn has to offer, including a delicious full hot breakfast, indoor heated pool, and whirlpool along with competitive rates. James Siddons, a proud supporter and fan of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Blades Hair and Nail Salon, located at 241 Madigan Drive in Lincoln, offering salon services for hair, skincare, waxing, nails, lashes, and brows. Go online to bladeshairandnailsalon.com or call 217-732-7213. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road, west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. The Lincoln Memorial Hospital Community Health Collaborative, improving the health of the people and communities it serves through offerings such as the LMH Trailblazers Walking Program on Wednesdays and the 8th Annual LMH Market, opening May 20th. Moriarty Insurance Services, your local, family-owned independent insurance agency for over 50 years. Located at 617 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, contact Kyle or Lindsay about 4% guaranteed interest for 6 years. Phone 217-732-7341. Gator Logistic Materials. Don't waste your time and money dealing with brokers and distributors for your company's packaging and shipping supplies. Chomp through the red tape and buy directly from manufacturers right here in Illinois. Buy from Gator. Reach out at gatorlm.com for more information and a quote. Doug and Tina Lowry, big fans of Lady Railer basketball. Tartar Brothers Mechanical, at 602 Broadway Street in downtown Lincoln and online at tartarbrothers.com. Holmes Farms, growing for the future. Learn more at facebook.com/holmesfarms or call 217-306-4785. The Johnson family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball for 50 years. Lincoln Heating and Cooling, 1716 Tremont Street in Lincoln, phone 217-735-5835. The Lincoln Banking Center, a division of the First National Bank in Tremont, your local bank that strives to build relationships and is trusted with your community's financial needs. Located at 710 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Visit TremontBank.com to learn more about products and services. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Bees Landscaping, for all your outdoor landscaping projects and needs. Located at 1302 State Route 10 East in Lincoln, across from Lincoln Christian University. Call 217-732-4300. Tracy Welch, Mayor, City of Lincoln. LCHS Lady Railer Alumni. Lincoln Lady Railer basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer postseason basketball. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.